From the Bolt Bros are in the house. Kyle is in Vegas right now, but will be out for the Monday Night Football game versus the Eagles. So, man, this is a massive, massive matchup for both teams. Both 8-4. Both need to get these wins to keep in the running for the playoffs. And potentially even to say for the Eagles, just to be able to keep a good lead in that division too. So this one is a great game, guys. And this is honestly truly a playoff game in regular season. So we're excited about this one. We got a lot of talk about this one, guys. We'll give you guys updates on the game plans, possibly what's going to be happening from position to position, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Bolt Bros, let's go.
What's up, Herbert here, man? You watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Shout out blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Bolt Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to this.
Well, we got plenty to talk about, guys. It's going to be great. And Kyle is going to be most likely, well, he'll definitely be in the games. So probably won't be on our post-game show as well, too. But it'll just be James and myself also. But either way, we are going to be at the game. So if, again, you guys can already tell I'm in LA at this point. So James will be flying out tomorrow, and it should be a good time. So if you see us, come say hello. Might be wearing my Bozeman jersey that I got from last night. So, good old 75 sign in the back, no big deal. So
maybe we get a little bit of luck at that center position, man. You know, he had a great game last week against the Raiders. I mean, for the most part, every player had a really good game against the Raiders, which I think every player generally has their best game against the Raiders because they are a terrible franchise in so many ways. But hopefully we get some good luck. Maybe this whole bye week really is going to rejuvenate these players, get these bodies right, and get things rolling again to the right direction for this team. Because to be honest, man, for the Chargers for the rest of the season, we're all playing playoff teams. We're all playing playoff. Every single game from this point on is a playoff game. So it's big games.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, you got to have your best at all times, right? So, look, I'm excited. I think it'd be interesting when we talk about Justin Herbert's hand. I think there's a lot of things we can talk about on that, what the offense might look like. Again, last night, I have to recap. Last night was a great time out there in Santa Monica. I had an awesome time with a lot of the Bolt fam there as well, too. So, anyways, super cool. Again, everyone walked away with the Bozeman jersey, which I thought was pretty cool. Signed jersey, I thought that was pretty awesome. It's kind of hilarious because it's Bradley Bozeman. And anyways, but it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. So all those of you guys who tuned in, hopefully it was fun for you as well.
Yep, you can check it out on our page too. It's a couple hour type live too. So it was a really, really cool event out there for fans and everything.
Just skip to my part. That's the most important part, guys. Just skip to me. You know what I mean? Just do that. Just skip to me. No big deal.
He's like, well, and that's what Miguel was saying the whole time that he was watching. He's like, oh, Andrew's the star of the show anyways. I just want him to talk about hitting dingers basically the whole time. So
I invented the dinger, boys and girls. I invented the dinger. Come on now.
Oh boy. I mean, we could go back to the Sandlot and them talking about hitting dingers, dude. Great Bambino, dude.
But I'm the one that perfected it. I'm the one that perfected it. You know what I mean?
Come on. That's before your time, dude. It's before your time. Miguel, man, how confident are you about Monday night, man? To be honest, there's a lot to really say that favors the Chargers in a lot of ways. And we'll talk about that here shortly in a couple different slides. But I'm feeling pretty good about this one, man. I mean, let alone with that whole news about Jalen Carter being out of this game. And we'll show a slide on how much that impacts that defense, which is the strength of the Eagles. So I think there's some really, really good momentum towards the Chargers for this one. But, man, and Daryl said, what is it? Morning, guys. I beat Philly last night, 39-38 for poops and giggles. Cook them birds. Let's go, dude. Hey, good mojo, dude. And to be honest, I think it's going to be a 1-point game. I really think this game's going to boil down to 1 point.
It'll be close. Yeah, we're talking about the offense and defense. By the way, the defense played a lot differently against the Raiders as
They
well
did.
too. So there's a slide, and we're going to talk about that as well too. We got a lot of cool stats we want to go through on this as well too. It'd be awesome. And again, it's going to be a fun game. If you see us there at Thunder Owl, we're going to be there early. Come down and say what's up to us. Always want to chat with you guys as well.
Boy, Valdog Gold, I believe is what I'm going to say this as. I believe we could win out. Do y'all think so, man? I mean, I'll say this. I think that when you have a win, you always feel confident from that point on for the next game.
Yeah.
When you have a loss, you don't feel confident about the next couple games. It's like a week-to-week type game thing here. So, I think we do. And Raiders was our easiest last game of the season, pretty much at that point. Like that was our easiest last game for the season. And now it's only going to get a little bit more difficult for the Chargers from this point on. So
yeah, my
thoughts of it is, I mean, if we could just win 2 more, we'll basically get in the playoffs. I think there's a great chance we could get to 11 wins. So 3-2 for the next 5. I think we could be feeling pretty good about that. If we do go 5-0, we're going to be that team that nobody wants to see in the playoffs and potentially find a way to even get a home game too and win the division too. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And yes, Jayhawk, we'll talk about Tucker Fisk here in a bit too. So, but let's jump in the slides real quick. And you know what? Justin Herbert, look at him. He's out there practicing. I know he's been a limited fashion for the most part, but he's got a cast on that hand. And so what it is and what they're saying it is that it was his 4th metacarpal, which is this bone right here, basically to his ring finger.
Yep.
And so basically what they ended up doing, screws and putting a plate in there, call it a day kind of thing. And they basically just ended up saying, hey, look, like, let's put it in there. And then you put a cast on it, you're good to go. Now, it's funny how a lot of people kept saying, oh, I don't think he's going to play. I don't think he's going to play. And man, he played again versus the Raiders with the broken hand.
In the game with the broken hand, yeah, he'll play.
He's playing. Come on now. And I think it's funny
Stop
playing. I think it's funny looking at his hands here too, because when I looked at this and he's got his fingers kind of peeking out there, I kept thinking about the wet bandits, dude.
I did the same thing. Wet bandits.
Yeah, he's got the wet bandits going on there with the little fingers out, dude. What about that, Mauve? It's
the wet bandits. No, by the way, this looked like an AI generated photo too. I thought Kyle did some AI, some AI generated. I'm like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, Herbert's a stud muffin, dude. That's all I know.
I mean, he's an absolute android, like this guy, dude. Dude,
he's a Terminator, bro. That's what he is.
Terminator, bro. Dude, he's the man, dude. And that's the thing. Like, I think somebody even talked about last night at the event. They said, hey, like, what about the identity of the team, or some question like that? Like, has the team found its identity? And I think NFL Mike answered something that I think it's Herbert or something like that. And something to the effect that, like, he's really the soul of this team. But he's a perfect example of what this team needs to be: tough, gritty, and just an absolute dog for this team. And the guy just goes out there and, like, even to what, like, Jim Harbaugh talked about him this week. He's like, dude, he didn't even grimace at all by any means. He's just, oh, hey, whatever, here it is. All right, let's go back there and get me back out there. Like, dude's an absolute robot, dude. And he's just going to go out there and put his body on the line. I mean, he's not a selfish player by any means. He wants to be a guy out there for his team, and he's going to do whatever it takes to be out there. And it's great to think about how Justin Herbert is almost like a very similar Phillip Rivers. He's just like an Iron Man for this team, and I love it, man. He's an absolute legend. Just
he's a stud muffin. Bottom line, I mean, the fact that he's got a broken hand out there, he ain't even tripping on it. And like, the question I have though is he going to be under center, right? Like, what happens with the tush push conversation? What happens with all that, right? Because we talked about it again last night. Maybe that's when Trey Lance comes in. You might see some packages where you see some Trey Lance at that time. It could be interesting to see how that plays out, but I'm excited, man. I mean, look, Justin Herbert is an absolute stud muffin. Do not sleep on Justin Herbert. That guy, I don't care. He's going to make it happen. And I think the one thing that you would probably say to him, or I think his question would be, is he in danger of having some serious damage to his hand?
Sure.
Now, a broken hand like that, that's just I mean, you may say, well, it's a broken hand. That sounds terrible. But the bottom line, it's just a bone. And if you got a plate on it with a cast, you're probably okay.
You're pretty good.
I would say you're probably not going to see a lot of RPO type action. He's probably not going to be running the ball a whole lot. But you never know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, and even to say last year, like Josh Allen, week 1 broke his hand, and he played the entire season with a broken hand, pretty much, and won an MVP, by the way, too. So, like some people even said, doctors have even said that when they get that plate in there and screws and everything too, it's almost like their hand is actually a lot more stable than it ever will be at this point, too. So, so hey, man, like, more power to you, Justin Herbert. And, I'm glad to see that he's going to be out there and he's fine. And even just go back to that last Raider game, he broke his hand and still threw dimes over to like Ladd McConkey and with that touchdown in the end zone. I mean, the guy is an absolute just menace on the field, dude. The guy has a problem. And Justin Herbert's an absolute stud. And I'm so happy that we have him and we don't have Tua Tagovailoa, by the way, because that's around that same draft. There, people were like, "Hey, get Tua." I know.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Thank goodness they picked him, dude. Like, come on, dude. That guy's not good.
Not at all, man. But I love to see Justin Herbert out there. He'll be out there. I guarantee he'll be out there. I mean, even the post game for the Raider game, he's like, I plan to be there on Monday. Don't worry about it, like kind of thing. And so I think that's exactly what's going to happen for this game too. So
yeah, I agree. And so I mean, look, Justin Herbert's a stud. He's going to be out there, no problem. I do wonder though if they do sprinkle in a little, Trey Lance, maybe Wildcat type formation, something like that. Because like if you go like 22 with him as a Wildcat, he gets the ball and just runs it.
Yep.
Everyone just goes to the right side and you just flood the right side and just try and crash on the goal line. You never know. You might see something like that as well too. I'm really curious to see how that plays out. I think that would work really well. Nice little, wrinkle. So anyways, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be a great thing to do. I mean, create a dual quarterback type situation, in my opinion, or maybe we'll even start doing just some wildcat with some of our other players out there. Like, what if Keenan Allen being in the wild card?
Tyler Conklin.
Tyler Conklin. Yeah.
Under center a couple times.
Potentially Omarion Hampton, too. So there's a lot of things that could potentially be going there too. But it would be kind of fun to see like a 2 quarterback type system situation. I think that would be pretty cool to see.
Yep.
Pretty
100%.
cool to see. But to move on real quick to the next slide here for you guys too. So, look, shout out to the head coaching staff and all the coaching staff, I should say, just in this team in general. I mean, we have gone through various different type of issues from season to season under Harbaugh, 2024, maybe just not enough actual people on the offense to give enough weapons to Justin Herbert. We still were 8-4 at this exact time last year.
Yeah.
Fast forward to next year. Well, we got different issues. We don't really have an offensive line. And I don't know how many combinations we've had as an offensive line. Yeah. I'd probably guesstimate 12, in my opinion. It's where maybe we're at. But we got more weapons on offense, but we're losing weapons in the tip of the spear idea of Jim Harbaugh with the offensive line. And we're still 8-4. So understand what this coaching staff is able to do still with less talent. They're still able to create very, very strong teams and put teams in contention. That's what you want, guys. And that's why you hire a Jim Harbaugh in the coaching staff that we have in general.
Yeah. And bottom line, it's really been interesting. This year has been strange for us. The offensive line has been decimated. But again, where we want to be is we want to run the ball. And I mean, we've been up and down on that in that, situation. Having said that, the Eagles were ran all over with last week versus the Bears. Was it 289 yards, something like that?
Yeah, so it was a crazy amount. Yeah,
we should be able to run the ball against them, especially with another player that's going to be out. Having said that, look, they're still the Eagles. They're the champs. They won it last year, so they have talent from nuts to butts, guys. I mean, that's exactly what they got. I mean, they are very good across the board. So the reality is, we got to go out and play our best game. And I think with Justin Herbert's hand, we're going to probably try and run the ball and just smash it down their throat and just be physical and see what we can do. So we'll see what happens. But I would just say this too. Every year there's injuries. You cannot, that's part of the game. And it's strange that we haven't had any injuries in the wide receiver room, but we've had tons of injuries in the running back room and the offensive line, which is really what Greg Roman wanted to do this year.
Yeah.
They took away our 2 best tackles. We're on like 4th and 5th string tackles at this moment, and 4th and 5th string running backs right now at this moment. So they've taken away really what we wanted to accomplish this year. So, anyways, I think it's a good testament to this offense actually just stepping up and making adjustments as the season progresses. I mean, bottom line, it's part of what happens in the NFL. You get hurt. So
what's crazy to me is about the running back room too, and Kamani Vidal basically stepping up as like that guy. Like the guy's had 3 over 100-yard games, and
first time since Melvin Gordon too, by the way.
Exactly, first time since Melvin Gordon. It's been a long time. I mean, we haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since Melvin Gordon 2018, I believe, was the year too. So it's a very interesting thing where we came into the season. Oh, we got Omarion Hampton, Najee Harris. Oh, we got a pretty good back situation there, and then Hassan Haskins goes down, and then basically Hampton, Najee, and now you got Kamani Vidal, who was cut before the season too, and then eventually put back on the practice squad. So it's wild to see, guys, but we have found basically another player that could step up, and this is almost a testament to Greg Roman's scheme also too, that you could still create a very good back with less talent around you too. So, which is great. So, I mean, there's a little bit of knock on Greg Roman, but at the same side, you still got to give him his kudos for what he's doing with lesser talent. Yeah.
So Aether here. Bold prediction, the defense rise up challenge. 5 sacks, 3 by Thule. Dang.
Jeez.
I tell you what, Thule's coming on, man. I mean, he's I think 55 pressures right now. So 3 turnovers, Bolts beat, they ass. Wow. Man. Okay. There you go.
That would be pretty incredible. I mean, if you actually do look at it right now too, I want to say that the Eagles are allowing quite a bit of sacks right now. I'm trying to actually just pull it up here real quick.
Yeah, their line has been a little off as well too.
It's been a little bit off. I mean, obviously we know that the Chargers have been giving up quite a bit of sacks too, but just to give you kind of an idea, the last 3 weeks, the Eagles have only averaged Chargers have averaged about giving up 3.7 for the last 3 weeks. Eagles have allowed, am I really saying that right? Last 3, they've, if this is correct, yeah. And so they've only given up 0.7 sacks in the last 3. So like on average, so less than a sack a game basically at this point.
They're doing better. Yeah.
So they're definitely doing better. I think an average in the entire season right now, they're averaging 2.3 per game. In contrast, the Chargers are giving up 3.3. So a full sack more on the Charger side of things.
Yeah. And I think we'll talk more about Saquon as well, too. We got to stop Saquon. In my opinion, we just shut him down. I think we go with the same Raiders game plan versus the Eagles, right? Just shut the running game down. I mean, let Jalen Hurts try and beat you. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what comes out of that, but yeah.
Yep, I agree. You want a quick word from our sponsor, Andrew? You think you're ready for that?
Oh boy, yeah, we need to get our sponsor out there too. Look, again, guys, we all know Sleeper's the bomb. Am I right? Come on now. We ain't playing here.
It's our boys.
That's right. Sleeper treats us good. It's the best way to experience and connect over sports together. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on games in real time with other users. Get the fastest scores, blazing fast news, and alerts right at your fingertips.
Boom.
Play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks, contests, so you can enjoy the sports the way they're meant to be together. Download the #1 sports app today, Sleeper.
Yep. And also remember too, you can also still get $20 free when you sign up. Just sign up, $20 free. Basically use free 20 and boom, $20 in your account. And then the $100 match is up to $100. Obviously, use code BOLTBROS.
Absolutely, guys. Yes.
Cool.
Thank you,
guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. And shout out to Hog Media too, my guys.
Yes.
But, jump back into the slides here for you guys. But, man, big game all around for this one. And
Huge game.
Absolutely a playoff game for both teams. Both at 8-4, by the way, too. Both basically in the running to get into the playoffs. One with the Eagles are leading the division at this point, and the Chargers are just a couple of games back behind the division. And I'll even throw out there, guys, Broncos have a very, very difficult 4-game stretch. Things could shift really well. If we just keep winning, there could be a way that we could slide away into that division too. So, hey, still some season to be played, and don't count your eggs before they hatch, or chickens before they hatch. Is that what it is? I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, don't count your chickens before they hatch. By the way, don't let the powder blues fool you. We're going to wear powder blues today too. We're going to talk about that as well too. Primetime Herbert,
4-0.
4-0, baby.
4-0, dude. And he's been great, man, in primetime. And this is the 5th primetime game for us this year, which is amazing to see. Yep. And so Monday Night Football, this is a playoff game, guys. This is an absolute test for both teams, and both are must-win type games. You go and talk about like what the Eagles fans have been doing, like egging their coach's house. You hearing that? Heard that? Like
crazy,
dude. Yeah. They think the ceiling is falling upon them. They just won a Super Bowl last year, and they're just like absolutely thinking, hey, we're just going to go and plummet all of a sudden. We're going to be a 2023 team and just basically plummet once again, and then just get destroyed first round again in the playoffs. It's wild to see a fan base react that way now.
Yeah. So bottom line, there's some sort of Eagles meetup. I think I
heard that.
Huntington Beach or something like that. Anyway, so
I think it was at the Santa Monica Pier.
Oh, Santa Monica Pier. That's what it is. Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna take it over. I'm like, oh boy. So anyways, we'll see what happens, guys. Again, football is football. But here's the thing. The great thing about this for the Chargers, every week moving on now is a playoff game. They are all playoff games.
Yep.
So that's exciting, guys. I mean, look, you know, how it works out moving forward. It is playoff football from now until the end of the season, until into the playoffs. So, 100%. And I fully expect us to at least have a playoff spot.
100%. And I mean, really the goal for the Chargers is win 2 more. I think you should lock in a playoff spot. It's about seeding at this point too.
Yep.
So basically go 3-2 from this point on. And if you can basically do that, you'll be fine. You'll get to the playoffs. It's all about just getting a ticket to the playoffs, and then anything could change from that point on. So,
you know what's funny? I say that a lot. And I was a sales manager, and all my team always said that, oh, bottom line, you say bottom line. There was another thing I said all the time as well too, but I can't remember what it is. I'll let you know here in a second. But I do say that a lot. I say again. Again. I do say that a lot as well too.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Man, if that's going to be
the dingers, let's go.
If that's going to be the case, man, our podcast is getting a little unhinged if we're taking a shot every time it happens.
I know. I'll be on the ground. What? We're done.
Good night. But big game on Monday night. And once again, the Bolt Bros will be there. It's going to be a great time. We're going to be pretty early for the tailgate too. So we're hoping to be able to be there to enjoy the festivities and Electric Avenue and Thunder Alley. So it's going to be a good time. But Chargers are wearing the all powder blues again. So it's going to be a great setup. I love that look all around. Just powder blue. I wish the helmet was powder blue too, and they did change up there too. But it's a great uniform combo too. So I'm excited about it. Funny, last game that we were at was the Colts game where they wore the all yellows. So we go back to the next game and we go to an all powder blue here too. So
the all banana, dude. The all bananas.
All bananas. The Savannah bananas.
His hand freaked me out there. I was all like, what in the hell is that? I'm like, oh, that's his hand. I was all tripping out when I first looked at that. I'm like, what is going on here? By the way, but the powder blues, don't let the powder blues fool you guys. Come on now. No doubt. I think this. Well, we're going to talk more about the defense as well too. We are definitely changing up the way we're playing defense. I didn't really have an opportunity to talk about this at the event last night.
Yeah,
but I'll talk more about some of the defensive schemes that we're kind of running. I think since the bye, I think they really did a little bit of evaluation, saying, "Hey, we got to switch things up a little bit." So we'll talk more about that in a second.
Well, that's what a bye week's for. Adjust. Find that things that work. Find what's not working. Try something different. Add wrinkles to this whole defense too. And so, that's really what the bye week is all about. And to be honest, like that was my concern going into that Raider game. Like, 100%. Are we going to get really rusty into this? Are we not going to look any better than we did against the Jags? I mean, we came out and just played well. I mean, albeit the Raiders fans are like, I have no idea why we're 7-7 at halftime kind of thing. And it's like, oh, bro, like, come on, dude. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't win the game at halftime, by the way, guys. You win the game at the fourth quarter, the end of the fourth quarter when it's 0-0 on that clock. That's when you win kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's hilarious, but that's such a Raider thing to say. But poor Raider fans, they're just absolutely just down in the dumps. So
right where we like them. Right where we like them.
Keep them there. Dumpster fire.
Keep them there. Keep them there crying in the corner,
dude,
talking about their old rings back in the days.
That they never witnessed.
Al Bundy from Married with Children, Polk High, 3 touchdowns in a single game. Nobody cares, bro.
Nobody cares.
Come on,
dude. Now. Nobody cares, dude. But who cares about us, ironically, is a guy that is kind of been a curse for us for some weird reason. But in the NFL game preview picks, our guy Adam Stank chose us, the only guy, the lone guy that has chose us to win this game. Now, I will say before they probably made these picks, they probably ended up, before all the situation with Jalen Carter and all these different injuries and everything too. Quite so they probably chose these picks way before. So I think things shift quite a bit when Jalen Carter's not going to be on field. And we have a couple sides that we'll talk about that and how much impact that player has for their defense. But kind of crazy to see that it's literally Adam Rank. It's the only guy that basically chose us to win this one.
Yeah, pretty shocking. That guy's a curse. Like, that is not good for Charger fans right there. But okay, we'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. But
the scores seem about right. But I honestly think it's going to be a closer 1-point type game, and it could be kind of one of those things where it's like a game-winning field goal at the end or something like that. Big thing I'll say about this game, and I know chatting with some buddies about it, they were saying, hey, this is one of those games you take the points. You take the points whenever you could get points. Yeah. Now, my thing is I don't really like field goals, but there's certain games that are like this could be one of those that is decided by 1. Yep. And it's not going to be decided by 7 kind of thing. Now, you want touchdowns as the ultimate goal, obviously, but this was one of those games you might want to take points. If you're going to make a bold decision or try to go for it on 4th down, I think you do that early in the game, not late in the game when you need to do it. So as long as you have time to basically make up for a mistake, if it doesn't convert and everything to you, I think is a good thing. Big thing, take the points in this game. That's going to be a big part of this game for sure. Yeah. And that's what happened. I remember last game, I think it was the second quarter. We went for it on 4th and whatever on like the 20. Yeah. And it was a really crappy call. And I was like, man, that's a dumb call. Yeah. Actually, Jim Harbaugh even talked about it. He's like, we probably should have done something different. He actually interestingly said they should have probably ran like a wildcat with Tyler Conklin. Yeah. And, I like the idea of that, guys. I'm a huge fan of that idea because then you can just one wildcat, everyone just rushes to the right. You can get a couple yards that way in 22 personnel. It makes perfect sense to me. So anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of little things that I think they're going to add potentially some new kind of looks in this game, just to kind of adjust because of Justin Herbert's hand too. I imagine he's going to go out there and play. It'd be hilarious if Justin Herbert has like a 400-yard game with a broken hand kind of thing. Yeah, that would be pretty hilarious if that happened. But it's going to be interesting. I think there's going to be a lot of interesting plays here, and I think one thing that's great about it too, I think it's going to put Greg Roman in an uncomfortable situation where he has to try something different too. Yep. So I think it's going to be a fun one to see. Yeah, my prediction is we'll probably we'll probably be in 11 and 10 personnel for short yardage, and we'll split that up a little bit. That's actually our most effective formation. Actually, I think we have like an 80% chance to get our effective play. First downs, third downs. But you do put Justin Herbert in harm's way because guess what? There's only 5 guys on the line, and we haven't had the best, offensive line stopping the pressures, right? Because he's been pressured more than any quarterback in the NFL. Or we run 22, or we run like 12 or 13 and just go jumbo. I thought the one formation I thought was interesting is you had Trevor Penning on the left side next to Jamari Sawyer a few times, where they just would literally just mash the ball that side. So you could see that as well too. So you're going to either see spread or you're going to see jumbo packages, which I think is interesting. You're not going to see a whole lot of in between is my opinion. Totally. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing to see how they do all this game plan, what they're going to adjust on to. And Trevor Penning, I think, only had like 4 snaps last week, but he's essentially going to be primarily the left side. I think they put him as like left guard and left tackle as kind of the backups in a sense. I can't remember who they put as the right tackle in the adjustment too. I can't remember who he was. Yeah, I don't remember either, but it was another person. Yeah. But yep, it's going to be a good one. I'm very much looking forward to it too. I think it might have been Andre James, actually. I think is what they said. Bobby Hart, right guard, right tackle. So
there you go.
But moving on to the next slide now, just injury report for you guys. Now, this is a Friday injury report, but I would probably say there's probably not going to be too much adjustment on this one too.
No.
Beautiful thing going from Thursday with a lot of did not practices to basically full practices. It's great to see. You got Bud Dupree full. You got Omarion Hampton full. You got Deshaun Hand full. Hassan Haskins full too. Quentin Johnson, Otito Bonia, Trey Pipkins, Jamari Sawyer. I think what they were doing was just giving kind of a little extra day, somewhat kind of rest, get the body right kind of thing. And then like, hey, we're going full go on Friday kind of thing. And so the big one too is the Tucker Fisk injury too. Yeah. Now, he's been a great guy for us in the blocking scheme of things. Now, if he is not able to go, it's going to be Will Dissly time at that point for that position. And he's been inactive the last couple games too. So I think that's kind of where they're going to end up going if Tucker Fisk can't come into this game. It's kind of a random ankle injury. I don't remember seeing anything too much about that at all, but I hope that he's going to be a go, but it'll be Will Dissly that'll take his position. Yeah.
So interesting thing about that, actually, Jim Harbaugh even talked about this yesterday, I believe. He said, look, like Will Dissly's look great and they're very happy with him. Again, you got to remember, Will Dissly is a very good blocker. Tucker Fisk is there to block. He is an offensive lineman. He's not really the guy that's going to catch the ball. He's like 280. He's a body mover. He's going to help the right guard, right tackle, or left tackle. That's what he does. 22 personnel. Having said that, Will Dissly is very good at also blocking up the C gap, right? One of the edges as well too. But he's much better at catching the ball than Tucker Fisk. He's a lot more fast and he has a lot more, juke ability to get some additional yards. So, look, I think Will Dissly would be good. Tucker Fisk has just been great at blocking. Plus, we got Scott Matlock will come out there as well too and take some of those snaps also. Anyways, my point in saying this is it'd be a bummer if Tucker Fisk can't be there, but Will Dissly can definitely do the job as well as Tucker Fisk. And he's probably a little bit better pass catching. So,
yep. Yeah, there's a little bit of addition if you put Will Dissly out there. I think it's a strange thing why they haven't put him out there, but I guess they just feel scheme-wise in the situation for the O-line. I think they feel like Tucker Fisk brings more value than Will Dissly, oddly enough, which is kind of a strange thing. I mean, last thing I could think of about with like Will Dissly, I think there was like a bunch package where they ended up throwing the ball.
And he dropped it.
Yeah, dropped it. And that was probably the last time that I pretty much have thought about Will Dissly at that point. I don't know if it was just like he did an errand at that point, and then you're like, all right, buddy, you're benched for weeks now at that point. Figure that out. Fix that. Don't do that kind of thing. So I don't know what the deal was.
It's competitors welcome, man. I mean, bottom line, look, Tucker, remember, we have a really bad offensive line. We're going to show the stats. Like, our offensive line is not good. And so you need as many people protecting Justin Herbert as possible. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. Justin Herbert's going to be out there with a broken hand. You do not want to see him dry humped up and down the field, right? So you need somebody out there that's going to at least block these big boys that are ready to just manhandle Justin Herbert if possible, right? So, that's part of this game. And so Tucker Fisk was very good at blocking. He did a great job.
Yep, he did. I will just note also too, Omarion Hampton, Otito Bonia, and also Hassan Haskins are on the IR, so they have been activated, or at least they are on the 21-day window that you can activate them. If we activate all three of those, we do not have any more IRs that we can activate for the rest of the season.
Yep.
So if we get to the playoffs, you'll have two more activations from the IR. So at this point on, we cannot afford any injuries at this point. It could be just basically season over for you if you get injured at this point, or if you get healthy enough going into the playoffs, you could get activated for the playoffs. So just throwing it out there, guys. So just keeping a point on that for the IR activation. So moving on to the Eagles. This is kind of what they had for their Friday injury report. One thing I'm still unsure about, Jalen Carter is out for sure on this one. They've already announced that he had surgery on both of his shoulders, something like that. Something was going on there. Kind of an interesting thing there too. Landon Dickerson is resting his foot, did not practice on Friday. The Lane Johnson one's throwing me off because I'm pretty sure he's still on the IR right now. And they keep saying he's questionable. I'm sure this is his third week that he's on the IR. And I don't know if I'm correct. I think it's going to be week 15 that I think he's going to be able to be activated. So I don't understand what's happening here with that one, but Lane Johnson not being in there is a big miss for them for the right tackle.
Yeah. Pretty interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, Jalen Carter is a huge loss for them at this point. That guy is freaking incredible. And then who's that big boy from Georgia on their offensive or defensive line?
That's your guy.
Dude,
he's a massive dude. Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis, yes. I wanted us to get him so bad. I was like, I had a little bit of a man crush on him. I was like, yo, we got to get this dude. Because I want a big boy, big
Georgia
boy on that
boys,
line,
man.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Man.
So, anyways, we'll see how it goes. I'm like, Eagles are a great team, guys. We all know that. So
absolutely
interesting.
Yep. Don't take them lightly by any means, too. So, and just to say who is the right tackle is taking Lane Johnson's position is Fred Johnson. Just oddly enough, there's another Johnson that took the
Are they
right
bros?
tackle.
What's the deal?
I don't even know, man. It's weird. But Jalen Phillips being on a concussion protocol, light practice too. If they do not have Jalen Phillips, that's going to be another loss for the Eagles. Yep. And Jalen Phillips, I swear, every time we played against him when he was on the Dolphins, he was always making plays. Always making plays. And
always good.
I remember there was some sort of like percentage of like sack percentage or pressure, quarterback pressures or whatnot since Jalen Phillips has been with the Eagles. Like it's spiked up dramatically since he's been there. So he's an absolute dog all around too. So, but that's what the Eagles are looking like on Friday so far for the injury report. So a lot of things there that could really benefit for the Chargers too. I mean, I feel like the Chargers are getting very healthy at this point, and then they are basically starting to get a lot of players that are not going to be able to play this game. So
yeah, exactly. Hey, we got another super chat here.
Ricardo Soto San 2279 $5. Thank you so much, man. So hey, Bolt Bros, the worm has turned. We're going to tenderize those pigeons on Monday Night Football. Bolt up, baby. Let's go. Hey, dude, I'm ready, man. This would be a huge win for the Chargers. This would put those Chargers back in that position of like, wow, they're finding ways to do it. Or the media will start going and saying, hey, well, now we're starting to see the 2023 Eagles again, and they're just lesser of a team, and they didn't have Jalen Carter. Hey, man, you know what? We don't have our top two tackles. We haven't had our running back for a long period of time. We've been down to RB4 at this point of the season.
Five.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's crazy. And guess what? We're still 8-4 and they're 8-4. So I'm all about it, man. And once again, shout out to the coaching staff, keeping this team locked in and making sure you get the best out of every player. So, but thank you so much for the $5.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Thank you again, Ricardo. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So going back to the whole Jalen Carter conversation too. I mean, first off, he's not going to be able to spit on anybody in the coin toss now. So
the spit heard around the world. What was that all about? Come on, dog.
Week 1.
Come on, dog.
Thursday night game to start the season. Guess what? You get kicked out immediately, dude. Like, what is going on here, man? And why is there a lot of people getting spit on too, by the way, this season? It's so weird, man.
I mean, what a trashy thing to do, to spit on somebody. Come on now. That's weird.
Bam.
That's weird.
That's super weird, man. But
come on now.
Not having Jalen Carter is an absolute miss for the Eagles. And it seemed like that was kind of a random thing because they did have a longer week last week because they had the Black Friday game last week too. And then all of a sudden it came out of, what was it, yesterday? Oh, by the way, or maybe it was 2 days ago or whatnot. But by the way, Jalen Carter basically has surgery on his shoulders all of a sudden. Like, where did that come from, dude? Like, why didn't that get done earlier in the week? Why did it take so long to get done? Or maybe they just finally announced it too, because I know they obviously have a game now on Monday Night Football. So it's a weird situation there. And maybe it's just been a lingering situation where they're like, hey, man, let's get you a quick procedure so you'll be good to go for the rest of the season kind of thing. But
yeah, this guy says he's clearly an Eagles fan. He says he's having plasma injections.
Not
surgery.
Okay.
Surgery. So maybe like a stem cell surgery, something like, or stem cell injection, something like that. One of those things. Yeah.
Cool.
But Jalen Spitz doesn't swallow. Ooh, good one. Nice burn. I like that.
Shoo. Man. Spicy chat going on here today, boys. I like it.
I like it. That's good stuff.
Spicy, man. Spicy. But big miss to have them gone, you know, and the reason why is because he is an impactful player. Think about how the interior D-line works. I mean, just think about what the Chargers really want. They want guys who do block destruction, guys that can basically create the edges to allow them to do their
100%.
job, create pressure, make it harder on their offense to operate at all. And not having that guy out there is a big, big miss for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. T.R. Tart was on the Chargers podcast this week, and he talked about that. He's like, look, there's some plays where you are just there to take on a double team up front. You just block the A gap, block the B gap. That's it. That's all you do. You're not going after the quarterback. And there's other plays where, no, you are going to go after the quarterback this time. So, yeah, it's all about specifically what that play is designed to do, what type of offense they think they're going to run at you, and then, just going from there. But, again, this guy is a stud muffin. We're going to show you how important he is here in a second. So,
yeah, let's pop up that slide right now. And, this is actually from ESPN. I believe it's Dan Orlovsky, that talked about it. He said, hey, look at this, like a significant difference to have him on the field and off the field. You look at it and you think, okay, 5.1 yards. Okay, that's pretty solid. But then you think when he's off the field, wow, it's almost a yard difference. What is a yard difference? Well, it could be a difference from being a top 5 defense to a bottom 5 defense if they have these stats in game. So if they had these stats in game all year, they would be a bottom 5 team defensively. That's crazy. So these are top 5 defense numbers, by the way. So it's wild to see the difference there and what he does for this team. Block destruction, create chaos. That's what he does best. And I mean, even just looking at the sack percentage and how it goes down to 2.6 from 6.1. It's a big difference. And just last week, by the way, guys, the Chicago Bears basically just destroyed them on the ground at 281 rushing yards. That's
pretty nuts.
Insane. And by the way, it was also with the players, 2 players, DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai. I can never say the dude's last name.
Monangai? I think it's Monangai.
Yeah, Monangai. Yeah. So those guys crushed it. And I think he might actually be like a 3rd string running back for them too. So yeah. I mean, if we have, and it seems like it's trending the right direction with Omarion Hampton, we might have Omarion Hampton and also Kamani Vidal back on the field together. And that's going to be dangerous and is going to be a big part of this game plan. And specifically because of Justin Herbert's hand, protect his hand, allow him just basically to run the ball. I think they're going to run around the edges a little bit more too, especially with Kamani Vidal. I think that's his strength. But if we could just run the ball all day and have a similar game to what we had with the Raiders last week, not a huge passing game, but just efficient, 15 to 20 kind of situation. If we could do that and then just put the counter 25, 30 type rush plays, we'll be cooking with peanut oil, baby. And we'll be getting that dub for sure.
Yeah, it'd be big. And again, we're a copycat league. That's until the Eagles can stop the run, every team's going to just continue just forcing it right at them. Because again,
100%.
Think of it this way: the Chargers' offensive line is not good, but they're not good in pass protection. That's why they've actually been so bad. But the Eagles are very good at getting after the quarterback. So guess what? We're just going to run the ball, or do some screens. Do some different things to just sort of get the ball out really quick, right? I think that's really what it's going to play down to, But look, hey, they're a great team. They got tons of talent, and the Chargers have good talent. Hey, look, it's a playoff game, guys. This is a playoff game, 100%. So just remember, Greg Roman's got his, work cut out for him. But it'd be awesome to see something like 15 rushes for Hampton, 15 for Vidal. That would be just really awesome. I think the other thing too, I would say is, Greg Roman has always wanted the 1-2 running back combination, the hammer and the lightning, right? Vidal is more of like an outside edge type of guy, scat back. Hampton is a gap and go guy, A gap, B gap. You run power, more GT counters, things like that. So, we'll see what the game plan is, but I do suspect we're going to run the ball 30 times this game. I really do. And look, we're on our defense. Our defense is good. Their offense hasn't been good, guys. They've been really bad offensively. Really bad. So bottom line, look, let's just make the game shorter. Let's just run the ball at them, make it an ugly game, make it a nasty game, get physical with them. And that sounded weird the way I said that, but you get what I'm saying. Tenderize that meat, you know what I mean? And then go for it. So, but look, 30 rushes, I think makes a lot of sense. 15 for each of these guys and just Tenderize that meat. Let's go.
Tenderize that meat. Let's get it, dude. So, and to be honest, man, it's like Kamani Vidal's had some big games. And I mean, like we talked about earlier, he had 3 over 100-yard games. So it's going to be a great 1-2 tandem for sure. And yeah, Beef Tella Boy, like Hampton Vidal is the best RB room since maybe Gordon Eckler. You know, I mean, I would love to see a group of, LaDainian Tomlinson with, going back to the mid years with LaDainian Tomlinson and Turner the Burner. And then that was really just an absolute solid set with also Sproles too. That was a really, really fun time too. So, but is it official that the Chargers are activating Hampton, which would be great to see? And I think that's kind of what's about to happen anyways, because it seems like he was trending that direction anyhow.
Yeah, it does look like Chargers to activate Hampton. Yeah, it looks.
Love it.
I fully expected him to be back anyways. But we'll see.
Excellent. Sounds great. Yep. Looks like he's fully activated. Good to go. I do wonder if they're going to be activating Otito Ogbonnia too. So we'll see what happens there if that news is going to come back up too. So, but great to hear. Big win for the Chargers for sure to get Hampton back. And I'm excited to have him back out there for sure. So, yeah. But moving on real quick, just a note that Daniel Popper threw out there, just looking over the last game against the Raiders. Obviously we had a bye week. We got the ability to look over the defense, kind of figure things out, whatever their additions they want to add to the defense and everything too. And one of the wrinkles that was noticed is that the Chargers did run cover 0 on 15.2% of the defensive plays versus the Raiders. That's the highest Minter's ever done as a defensive coordinator with us. So might be just some sort of aggressive blitz calls that we're going to be doing for late the season. So, I think really ultimately you kind of think about it, you're 12 games into this season. You think, okay, hey, look, what are we doing well? What are we not doing well? And where can we get a little bit more aggressive to adjust to what we have on field, maybe players wise or pressure wise? Where do we need to get better? And where can we kind of scheme things up? And I think ultimately this is that home stretch. This is that finding that way to get to the playoffs. This is that finding that way to do what you are doing well and keep making that happen. Find ways to win. And I think Jesse Minter's is basically adding another wrinkle to this defense that could be something to keep an eye on for this game.
Yeah, no, so you guys know I talked about this quite a bit. We ran like a 2-4-5 defense, which is 2 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, so 2 edge rushers, 2 in the middle, and then the rest defensive backs. But that allows really Derwin James to play the big nickel. And we ran that almost exclusively against the Chiefs, and it worked well with week 1, of course. But I think they got a little bit focused on playing that and then base cover 2 in quarters. That's pretty much what they ran, I would say, up until the bye. So the problem is that was becoming very predictable. Everyone knew what we were going to run. And Jesse Minter was not blitzing. We blitzed the least amount of any team in the NFL. It was horrible. And I remember saying after, I was like, guys, we got us our blitzing. We got to put people on the ground. We got because we got a good NASCAR package. We got Odafe Owe out there now. He's looked really good. Got Khalil Mack. We got Thule. He's got 10 sacks this year, 55 pressure. So my point in saying this is a big change. He's actually covering or really adjusting what he's doing defensively, right? Because he was only putting 4 men on the line, I would say 75% of the time. Yep. We had very light boxes, like 6 men in the box. So I fully expect us to do a very similar type of scheme against the Eagles that we did against the Raiders. A little bit more rotation of players, a little more blitzing. And I think Derwin James is probably going to blitz a little more as well too. They'll probably bring him down a lot. So I'm excited to see it. I think it'd be good. And it's good to see Jesse Minter making some adjustments and trusting his players to make the right moves. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for it. So it'll be a fun one to see, but this is the time of the year that you really want to make those changes that actually seem to be able to give you a little bit more edge on your defense. So you can kind of find ways to close games out. So, and Pappy, it was good to see you. I watched the live and I saw you go on stage and everything too. Everybody seemed pretty stoked about seeing you on stage. Everybody was like, Pappy's the man, dude. They were stoked. Yeah. So,
absolutely. Hey, I got my Bozeman jersey on. Let's go, Pappy.
That's right.
Pappy's got like 2,000 jerseys. He literally showed me that. I was like, yo, Pappy, you are killing me, dude. 2,000 jerseys. Come on now. You got to start selling them, Pappy. You can't wear them all.
Can't hold them all. Can't hold them all. Exactly. Just a quick little PFF look of offense and defensive players.
Oh,
I mean, I know this is extremely small and everything too, but
we'll blow it up a little bit.
But big thing too, just to kind of look and see what the positions are like for PFF rankings and everything too versus their D line. Obviously, they have a very good left tackle there too. Their O line is good and manageable. I will say one thing too. I want to say it's Jim Harbaugh talked a little bit about it, and maybe it was actually the Chargers podcast too that talked a little bit about, hey, we just need good. We don't need great essentially on the O line. Like, and ultimately you just need guys that could be out there that do their job kind of thing. And we go back to the whole Zion Johnson and the Bozeman type of conversation and how we just don't feel like they're doing well, but maybe in the coach's mind, they feel like they're doing well enough. And ultimately, like, yes, if we had our left tackles with Joe Alt and Slater, I mean, it would be an absolutely different story with our O-line. But ultimately, we just need to have a good O-line at this point. So, and I know with Lane Johnson being out, it's Fred Johnson on the outside here too, but the right guard, Steen, is actually one of their higher ranked guys outside of their left tackle too. So
the right guard also replaced Mekhi Becton, right?
Yep.
We'll see Mekhi Becton here in a little bit because his PFF scores ain't that great. So pretty interesting.
And big thing too with this game, hold down AJ Brown, who's been killing it recently. And then Devontae Smith, I've always felt like he's like the home run kind of guy for you.
Yeah.
And hold him down. Obviously, Dallas Goedert's great too. I wouldn't know if you'd put Derwin James on there or just put him on Devontae Smith or AJ Brown. Dante Jackson may be on AJ Brown, who knows? But still, probably is going to get Dotson at that point. Or they may even try to put Deion Henley potentially on Goddard too. So we'll see kind of where it ends up going here. But I thought it was just an interesting stat line just to kind of look at kind of the PFF side of things too, for our defense versus their offense. And
I mean, and I would say, stop Saquon. I think he's their best weapon, right? Stop him. And then, really do your best to man up. I think the same type of, defensive formations we had against the Raiders would work, right? Let Jalen Hurts try and beat you, right? I feel like he's been good, I don't know. It's weird. His numbers are off a little bit this year, in my opinion, right? Yeah. Well, the offense in general has been off this year. So whatever they're doing is not executing correctly. So again, I would just go back to what the Bears did to them and just say, how did they stop them? And then how, did they rush against their defense, right? So again, copycat league, guys. What did they do to stop the Eagles offense? And just go for it.
Totally. And if you just look at the breakdown here too, this is their defense versus our offense. I mean, if you look at our O-line, I mean, Jamari Salyer 55.9 at left tackle. I'll take that all day right now because it was atrocious with Austin Decklis on the left side.
Oh, he was terrible.
And the right side, Pipkins. I mean, we've got a couple 40 rankings there. Mekhi Becton at 41.1, which sucks to look at. But you look at Bozeman at 51.1 and Zion at 59.1. But the big thing about this is this matchup situation here, like Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey, and Quentin Johnston. They have very good corners there too. I mean, Cooper DeJean, love the guy too. Quentin Mitchell, awesome corner too. Loved him in the draft too.
Amazing.
They have some very, very good pieces that can really hold down our wide receivers here. Now we also got that X factor, Rondé Gadsden. Like, you have 4 guys on the field that you have to figure out. And this team has a lot of weapons that could really, really attack their defense. Now, are we going to throw the ball a lot? Not really sure yet. I mean, we'll see what happens. It's really going to depend on what's happened. If we could do 20 passes again with Herbert, where he's 15-20, I think that would be more than sufficient of a game for him, because that means that the running game was ripping and roaring at that point. Yep. So, and having Omarion Hampton back with Kamani Vidal, that's a huge addition for us to basically add another back to this offense and really kind of find a way to basically attack this defense. It's actually very good. But now, if you look at it, when Jalen Carter's gone, defense looks way different, right? So there is a great chance this could be a very beneficial game. And my thing is, get the Chargers to do a lot of long, sustaining drives, tire out that defense as much as you possibly can. And I think that really goes back to impose your will on them, which is the Jim Harbaugh motto.
Tenderize that meat, dude.
Tenderize that meat. If
we're gonna get physical. We're gonna get physical.
Boom.
Physical. Guys,
That's
remember
right,
also the interesting thing too is will Herbert be under center? They said they're going to address that later in the week. I don't know. Obviously, he's not in the center for practice at all. They're going to just see how it heals. That is going to be an interesting thing to see. this week. So I'm curious to see how that plays out because, again, Greg Roman's offense really is all about being under center. He does not want him in shotgun for the most part. So that does limit what we can do. Again, it worked against the Raiders. And you make an argument, well, the Raiders suck. Well, the Raiders are actually 13th in the league in stopping the run. So they're pretty good. And technically, they probably are a little – I don't know where the Eagles line up on that right now. But after these last few games, they might be able to run the ball again really hard against the Eagles. So, look, I just think I would just want to keep Justin Herbert out of harm's way, right? His damn hand is messed up. Let's just – gosh, I just don't think he's going to go under center, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But anyways, I'm very curious to see how it plays out. But again, if Phillips, we already know Jalen Carter is out, but if Jalen Phillips is out as well, that is two big losses against them. And so, we'll see how it plays out. We'll see.
Yep, absolutely. And I always kind of felt like the way that the Eagles kind of work too. They like to get a lot of turnovers too. I mean, they're a very turnover-based type defense too, which – I'm actually just pulling it up right now. Maybe I'm going to eat crow a little bit. No, they're +5 on turnovers right now. So, so they are a team that wants to get turnovers. And I think that's one thing that we have to make sure we protect the ball. If we could get some turnovers, that's going to be huge for us. Field position, I think, is going to play a big part of this game too. If you could get shorter fields, that's going to make a big difference for that team. So, but interesting to look at this and just kind of where we could attack this defense too. I mean, even their back end of their defense too, with Brown and Blankenship. I mean, those aren't the best of looking numbers too. And Nakobe Dean could be a guy that we could really target quite a bit too.
I like him a lot. Nakobe Dean.
I liked him a lot. Yeah, I liked him a lot. He was another Georgia boy too. And Georgia boys, baby. But really good situation here too, man. And my record on Sleeper app, dude, that fantasy team sucks really bad. For my fantasy team, I think I'm like 5-7 or whatever it is. And then I know for my other team, I got 11 wins and I am in first place, baby. So playoffs is about to start here pretty shortly. So I'll take that all day, man.
Oh, I'm 11-2. No big deal, guys.
Ooh, here we go.
I'm 11-2, dude. Guys, just give me that money, dude. Just give me that championship. No big deal. Come on now.
Give me that money, dude.
Bowl Bros. No big deal. Don't
give me that money. Yeah. Just to kind of break down all the stats too here. So this is basically the Phillies offense versus the Chargers defense. I think it's kind of a fun thing to look at now. Teams aren't really that different if you really look at it. How you could say, hey, Chargers offense hasn't been struggling as bad, but the Eagles offense has been struggling quite a bit too. So it's 22.5 points per game for the Eagles offense too. We're allowing 21. We're 11th in the league. They're only scoring 19th in the league. Yards per game down 24th in the league. But look at this, guys. This is the thing. We try to keep them down to a very minimal amount of yards. And that could be could create problems. That could create problems, right? And then average yards per play 5, and they're only doing 5.3. I mean, there's a lot of little things out there too. Now, if they get in the red zone, that's the problem, guys. They're first in the league. They find ways to score when they are in the red zone. Keep them out of the red zone, period. That's the goal. Do not allow them to get to that point. Make it harder on them.
Is really lethal, though, too.
Agreed. Agreed.
And again, I've said it over and over again. I do not like the tush push. Actually, Tier Tart talked about that, and he seems to be okay with it. But I'm like, bro, I just think it's just cheap, dude. It's just cheap. So I don't know. That's 100%. My take on it.
Yep, 100%. I get it, but I think even Tart said it's a legal play, and it is what it is. I mean, you just run it because it works and it's effective, kind of thing. But Eagles did run it last week, and it did fumble the ball. So there was actually finally a point where they fumbled the ball on a tush push. So maybe some teams are trying to figure it out, and then maybe they found a way that they could attack it somewhere or another to create some fumbles or whatnot.
Yeah, so there was an interesting formation. They had the nose tackle lined up horizontally.
Oh, interesting.
So he was like a speed bump, basically.
Yeah.
And he just kind of laid there. And so because what they try to do is just get low.
Yeah.
And they get as low as they can, then he can kind of move over the top. But if you have a guy there, you can't get lower than he is, right? So then they weren't able to push the pile. So
interesting.
Can't remember if it worked. I think it kind of worked, and then like they went again, and then they got the yardage. But anyways, I thought that was interesting. It's the first time I've seen anyone come up with something interesting and new to fix that tush push. So,
and it's a lot of fans are calling the tush push for the Chargers, call it the power surge for the
power surge. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes for this one for their offense versus our defense. I mean, and really, I think the defense is going to be the difference maker for both of these teams.
Both teams.
Whatever team could just figure out how to basically hold this team down. My opinion for the goal for the Chargers, keep them out of the red zone because they are number one in the league. Period.
Yeah, if we can control the game, right? Like you said, long sustained drives, really just start imposing our will. I think it'll work out well for the Chargers. That's the type of game we want. Because I promise you, they are not going to let Justin Herbert go anywhere like 5 or 7 step drops. They are going to say, get the damn ball out fast, and we don't get first down. All right, defense, you better step up. Let's go. I just don't see that happening. I just really see them wanting 100%. To just try and run the ball if they can. So I'm curious to see how it plays out.
Looking at the Chargers offense versus the Philly defense, I mean, once again, there's not like a big discrepancy there between defenses and our defenses and everything too. I mean, we're still getting a whole heck of a lot of yards, and they're allowing quite a bit of yards too. So, big thing, Jalen Carter, that defense is different, just like what they were talking about. Their numbers without Jalen Carter, they are a bottom 5 defense from a top 5 defense, which is insane to see. So the big thing, to your point, Andrew, again, we're going to repeat it again. Let's get long sustaining drives. Let's tire out their defense and let's control the game. And, our red zone scoring is not the best, getting better. It was at a point, I think, in the 30 percentile range in red zone scoring. They are basically at 50%, so it almost fits kind of exactly to where we're at this point. But ultimately, if you look at both of these, defenses and offense, Chargers offense scores on an average 23.1. Eagles scored 22.5. There is a very small, slim margin of difference between offenses right now. And then the Chargers defense allows 21, while the Eagles are allowing 20.8, 0.2 difference. That's close. Where this thing is, that this game is about a 1 point difference. This is going to be a 1 point difference type.
I think that's what Vegas has it at as well too.
Yeah, and it actually dipped a little bit when Jalen Carter. I think it was initially at 3, and I think it went down to 2 or 1.5 or something like that. It was. I haven't looked at it recently since the Jalen Carter news, but things could have shifted. But this is where I feel it is a 1 point game. I mean, it's very evenly matched up numbers wise. It's just going to be the little details through the game and a couple breakthrough type plays that are going to shift this game. And that's where I feel the defense could do their job and get some turnovers, create a harder situation for the Eagles to score, keep them out of the red zone. I think the Chargers have a great chance to attack this one and win.
It's going to be a good one, man. I mean, bottom line, I think both teams are really good. It'll be a fun game because as Charger fans, guys, we all obviously are Charger fans. Let's just make that clear. We have a few Eagles fans in the chat, so thank you for joining. But I'll say this, guys. It is playoff football the rest of the season. So we all should be excited to watch it. This is a playoff game, guys. These are playoff games. These are super exciting, right? So enjoy it. Enjoy what we're doing here. And enjoy what the Chargers are doing this season too, with losing our 2 tackles, right? And losing our running backs for most of the season, right? It is shocking that we've still been as good as we have been, to be quite fair. But look, they're making it work. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. It should be a good game. I think Chargers have every opportunity to win this game. As long as we go out and execute and do well, we'll be fine.
And the thing is, though, too, if it's going to be my last thoughts here, too, this is probably one of the best Monday Night Football games so far this season. But this is that time of the season where it's like, you know what, make it happen or you're sitting at home. Win or go home at this point. And these are those critical games that need to be won. Go back to last season with the Chargers. They did not win against the good teams. This year, the Chargers have been beating the good teams.
Yep.
And that's a big, big addition to this team. And that's a huge shout out to the coaching staff with less talent in a position that is very important for every single team too, by the way, in the offensive line and running back side of things. So this is a big, big game, guys. And it's an exciting Monday Night Football game. And I can't wait to be out there at SoFi too. It's going to be an absolute phenomenal environment out there too. And my opinion, and to go back to that Chargers summit, we should create a kind of a chant through the stadium. I think we should just have one side of the stadium saying Bolt, and then the other side saying up.
Bros.
Bolt up.
Bros.
No, Bolt Bros.
Bolt Bros.
Bolt
Bolt Bros. Yeah.
That was a plug for us. I mean,
that'd be sick. Like, oh, great. We got all kinds of followers now. This
dude,
is
it's great. But Bolt up, Bolt up, Bolt up. And then if you had drums going, or like some thunder sticks or something, dude, like we need to get something going on.
We talked about that quite a bit. Yeah. But this was kind of the other thing too, is like LA, right? You know, you just like the bolts, you know. I thought it was throw up your bolts because it looks like a bolt, you know.
Sure, I can see that.
It looks like LA.
Well, remember in Houston they have the whole thing of like the H-Town thing, and this is
that's right. Yeah, H-Town. Yeah, we need something like that too. So it was pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
that's right. The Andrew and Pappy Summit. That's what it was all about. And Aether, thank you again for another super chat.
$1.99. Let's go. Baby. Yeah, what happened to the Steelers when they packed? And that they got quiet. They spent $3,000 to go see their team to only get 10 points or something like that. So your Chargers have been good at home, and I mean Justin Herbert's been great in the prime time. So this could potentially be a 5-0 situation if he gets a dub on this one too for the season, which is massive. So it's gonna be an absolutely physical game. So I'm excited to watch it. Again, we're gonna be there, guys. If you see us, come say what's up. Again, tailgate's going to be rocking. It's kind of funny. If you did watch the summit last night, the guy that was getting up talking about the tailgating, he never even got to the point. At the very end there, he was supposed to talk about Boltropolis, which is another area they want to open up for tailgating. And he didn't even get to it. He obviously drank too much of his own alcohol. and so he was just kind of rambling on like, bro, this guy needs to sit down. You know, it's just getting way too lengthy. But he's talking about Boltropolis being another area they want to open up so then we control the entire pink lot. So anyways, that was the whole point of that last conversation. But anyways, I thought that was kind of funny. Well, it's crazy over the seasons wise. I mean, going from Thunder Alley to Electric Avenue, and then there's even like another road that's essentially been created by itself. And so honestly, it would be great to be able to find a way that we could just really take control of the entire pink lot too. Yep. Can we just rename it from pink lot to something else, like Bolt lot or something like that? Like, let's change it to something else, dude. Like the Bolt lot, dude. We need something like that. It's a little weird. It was just a little strange. Like the pink lot is kind of stupid anyways, but that's fine. Anyways, I'm excited. So again, thank you guys for tuning in last night to that as well too. It's going to be a fun game, guys. I'm excited. Bolt up. It's going to be good stuff. It's going to be a great game, guys, man. But once again, appreciate all the love and support, guys, too. Also, just the last little bit here, too. Here in Arizona, I did put up on our page for watch parties, too. We have a West Valley watch party and an East Valley watch party now with the Bull Pride 602 guys, too. So check it out on our page. Check out our post. I posted both of those, too. So if you're in the Arizona area, go out there and support the watch parties. It's a great time, man. So but appreciate you guys tuning in. Enjoy your Saturday. We will obviously do a post-game show after the Monday night game when we get back from the stadium. So it might be a little bit later, but hopefully we come back with a W and we're going to have a good time on Monday night. So absolutely, guys. All right, guys. Bolt Bros. Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night.